the oil that could be aging you faster than time itself. What if I told you the oil you used for breakfast this morning could be quietly aging your heart, clouding your memory, and stiffening your joints with every meal? Most people think cooking oils are harmless. After all, they sit right next to the salt and pepper on the shelf. But for seniors, the wrong oils can do real damage, and not just over time. You might be feeling the effects right now that morning: stiffness, the foggy thinking after lunch, or the bloating that wasn't there 10 years ago. So today, we're going to break this down clearly and practically. You'll learn which oils quietly inflame your body and which ones actually help it heal, meal by meal, drop by drop. This isn't about diet trends. It's about protecting your heart, your mind, and your independence as you age. Ready to take back control, starting right in your own kitchen. Let's begin. 1. Why cooking oils matter. More after 60, as we age, our bodies become less forgiving. The same foods you once enjoyed without issue can now lead to heartburn, inflammation, and fatigue. And oils. They play a much bigger role than most people realize. At 40, your metabolism slows. By 60, your arteries are more delicate, your liver filters more slowly, and your immune system doesn't clean up damage as efficiently as it used to. This means that every drop of oil you consume, whether on your eggs in your stir-fry or baked into a muffin, has a bigger impact on how you feel today and how your body functions tomorrow. Let's get specific. Unstable oils. Those that are chemically processed or oxidized under heat create compounds called aldehydes and free radicals. These are toxic byproducts that can damage your blood vessels, irritate your gut lining, and trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. And here's the kicker for seniors: even small amounts of this inflammation can lead to big consequences. It's not just about cholesterol or blood pressure anymore. Chronic inflammation is now linked to Alzheimer's, arthritis, and even some cancers. Still think that bottle of vegetable oil is harmless. Let me share a quick story. Helen, a retired teacher in her early 70s, used to believe she was eating healthy. She avoided red meat, cut back on sugar, and walked every morning. But she kept using the same oil she had for decades because it was cheap and because no one told her otherwise. When she swapped it for cold-pressed olive oil and avocado oil, she didn't expect much. But within weeks, her digestion improved, her joint stiffness decreased, and even her sleep got better. She didn't change her whole diet. She just changed her oil. So here's the key lesson: what goes into your pan doesn't just flavor your food. It becomes part of your cells. And after 60, your cells deserve better. In the next section, we'll reveal the most dangerous oil still lurking in millions of kitchens and why it's been misleading people for decades. Stay with me. 2. The truth about vegetable oil and its hidden dangers. Let's talk about one of the biggest myths still sitting on millions of kitchen shelves: the so-called vegetable oil. Sounds innocent, right? The word vegetable suggests it must be healthy, something close to carrots or spinach. But that name is deeply misleading, because most vegetable oil doesn't come from vegetables at all. It's usually a blend of highly refined oils, like soybean, corn, cottonseed, and canola. And the way it's made is anything but natural. To extract oil from these seeds, manufacturers use intense heat pressure and chemical solvents like hexane. Hexane is a petroleum byproduct. It's also used in industrial degreasers. When used in oil extraction, it strips away natural nutrients and leaves behind residues, traces of chemicals that your body was never designed to process. But that's just the beginning. Once these oils are processed, they're bleached to make them look clean and deodorized to mask the rancid smell. What's left is a highly unstable oil prone to oxidation, and when you cook with it, especially at high heat, that oil breaks down into toxic byproducts that stress your liver, irritate your gut, and promote chronic inflammation. Now imagine doing that every day for years: scrambled eggs in the morning, pan-fried veggies at night, packaged snacks in between, and never knowing you are feeding your body a substance it struggles to recognize and eliminate. It's no wonder that researchers are increasingly linking vegetable oil consumption to a wide range of chronic diseases, from heart disease and diabetes to cognitive decline and digestive issues. But here's what makes this even more dangerous for seniors. Your body is more sensitive to inflammation now than it was 10 or 20 years ago. Your recovery takes longer, your detox pathways aren't as efficient, and your tolerance for damage is lower. So even small amounts of oxidized oil can create problems that slowly build up day after day, meal after meal. And it's not just in the bottle by your stove. Vegetable oil hides in so many everyday foods. Store-bought salad dressings, margarine-baked goods, frozen meals, even so-called health bars. The label may not say vegetable oil directly. Sometimes it just says canola oil or soybean oil or, worse, vegetable oil blend. It's vague on purpose. So here's the lesson. Don't let the name fool you. Vegetable oil is not a natural, heart-friendly option. It's a highly processed product designed for shelf life, not human health. And for seniors, the cost isn't just in dollars, it's in energy, memory, comfort, and resilience. So what can you do? Start simple. Check your labels. If you see vegetable oil on the back of your mayonnaise, your crackers, or your stir-fry mix, consider choosing an alternative brand, one that uses olive oil, avocado oil, or something less processed. Small swaps can make a big difference over time. And now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers of vegetable oil, it's time to take a closer look at its close cousins, corn, soybean, and canola oils. Each one has its own story and its own risks. Let's move on and break down the inflammatory trio still found in most American kitchens. 3. Corn, soybean, and canola. Oils, the inflammatory trio. If vegetable oil is the silent intruder in your kitchen, then corn, soybean, and canola oils are its most dangerous accomplices. These three oils are everywhere, from your favorite frozen dinners and salad dressings to the baked goods you thought were low-fat, and the snacks labeled heart-healthy. But behind the friendly packaging lies a serious health risk, especially for those over 60. Let's start with corn oil. It's cheap golden and often marketed as cholesterol-free. But what they don't tell you is that corn oil is extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6s aren't bad in themselves. Your body needs them in small amounts. But when omega-6s flood your system without enough omega-3s to balance them out, the result is inflammation. Chronic, low-grade silent inflammation. The kind that damages your arteries, stiffens your joints, and makes existing health conditions harder to manage. Then there's soybean oil. It's the most consumed oil in the United States, and yet one of the least talked about. Like corn oil, it's high in omega-6s and low in stability. Most soybean oil comes from genetically modified crops and is chemically extracted, bleached, and deodorized before it ever reaches your plate. That makes it highly reactive under heat, creating harmful compounds that burden your liver and inflame your gut. And finally, canola oil. Often sold as the healthy alternative, it's anything but. While it does contain some omega-3s, the kind found in canola oil, alpha-lanolenic acid, is fragile. It breaks down easily under heat, losing its benefit and producing oxidative byproducts instead. What's more, most commercial canola oils are genetically modified and heavily refined, stripping away any real nutritional value. The label may say "Heart Smart," but repeated studies have raised concerns about canola oil's actual effect on cardiovascular health, especially in aging adults. So why are these oils still so common? One reason: cost. They're cheap to produce, easy to store, and nearly flavorless. That's why restaurants, food manufacturers, and even home cooks continue to use them by default. But just because something is convenient doesn't mean it's safe. Let's pause here for a moment and think about this. Every time you reach for that familiar bottle or eat a packaged food without checking the label, you could be adding another drop of inflammation into your body. It's like a slow drip from a leaking pipe. You don't notice it at first, but over time that inflammation builds and the consequences can show up as brain fog, joint pain, high blood pressure, or even memory loss. Here's a simple rule to remember. If an oil is made from a seed, requires heavy processing, or claims to be neutral, it probably isn't neutral to your health, especially not as you age. The good news: you don't need to give up flavor or flexibility to make better choices. In the next section, we'll explore one of the most misunderstood oils of all, cottonseed oil. It wasn't even designed to be food, and yet it's sneaking into the diets of millions of Americans every day. Let's find out why it has no place on your plate. 4. Cottonseed oil, from fabric to food. The toxic transition. Now let's talk about an oil that doesn't belong in your kitchen at all because it was never meant for food in the first place. Cottonseed oil. Yes, cotton, the same plant used to make clothing, and bedding also produces a seed. And from that seed comes an oil that quietly found its way into our food supply. But here's the truth: cotton isn't classified as a food crop. That means it's often sprayed with chemicals and pesticides that are banned in edible agriculture. Yet despite this, cottonseed oil is used in a wide range of processed foods: snack cakes, chips, crackers, fried foods, and even margarine. It's cheap, shelf-stable, and nearly flavorless, making it an easy choice for manufacturers who prioritize cost and convenience over long-term health. But what's the cost to your body? Cottonseed oil is extremely high in unstable polyunsaturated fats. When exposed to heat, as in frying or baking, these fats oxidize rapidly. That means they break down and produce toxic byproducts that stress your liver, irritate your digestive lining, and spark systemic inflammation. And for seniors, that oxidative stress builds up faster than you might think. As we age, our bodies lose the efficiency to clean up cellular damage. Our immune response slows. Our livers process toxins more slowly. What might have been manageable in your 30s now becomes a compounding burden by the time you reach 60 or beyond. And there's more. Cottonseed oil often contains traces of gossypol, a natural toxin in cotton seeds that, while reduced during processing, may still linger in small amounts. Over time, consistent exposure to such residues can affect fertility, impair digestion, and compromise immune function. Let's put it plainly. This oil was once used to lubricate machinery and make soap. It entered the food supply during a time of economic hardship when manufacturers needed a cheap filler. But we're not living in a food shortage anymore. You deserve better than leftover industrial oil disguised as nutrition. Take a moment to check the ingredient list on any processed food you have in your pantry. If it says vegetable oil blend, there's a high chance it includes cottonseed oil. And unless it says otherwise, don't assume it's safe. Here's the takeaway: not all oils come from edible plants. And not all that's allowed in food is good for your health. Cottonseed oil is a relic of outdated food systems, one we no longer need to rely on. So what can you do instead? Cook more meals at home. Choose minimally processed snacks. And most importantly, choose oils that nourish rather than burden your body. And now, having cleared out the worst offenders, vegetable oil, corn, soybean, canola, and cottonseed, it's time to shift gears. Let's explore the 5 oils that can truly support your health. Oils that protect your heart, nourish your brain, soothe your joints, and help your body heal from the inside out. Starting with one of the most powerful and proven extra virgin olive oil. Let's dive in. 5 oils that heal. Choose these to protect your heart, brain, and joints. Now that we've uncovered the oils that silently damage your health, let's turn our attention to the oils that can do the opposite, those that actually support your heart, protect your brain, reduce inflammation, and help you age with strength, not struggle. The truth is, not all fats are created equal. Some oils work against your body, while others work with it. The right oils can lower bad cholesterol, reduce joint pain, sharpen mental clarity, and even help your body absorb more nutrients from food. And the best part, they can add flavor richness and satisfaction to your meals without the side effects. So here are 5 oils that deserve a permanent place in every senior's kitchen. First, extra virgin olive oil. This is the gold standard, rich in monounsaturated fats and powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. Olive oil supports heart health, improves circulation, and helps reduce inflammation throughout the body. It's also been linked to better cognitive function in older adults. But not all olive oils are created equal. Choose cold-pressed extra virgin varieties in dark glass bottles. Store them away from heat and light. Use it to drizzle over cooked vegetables, mix into salads, or finish soups and stews. A simple change, but one that builds health over time. Second, avocado oil. If you like to cook at higher temperatures, stir-frying, roasting, even light frying, avocado oil is your friend. It has a high smoke point and is packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, similar to olive oil. What sets it apart is its stability under heat and the presence of lutein, an antioxidant that supports eye health. For seniors, this is especially valuable as age-related vision decline is a growing concern. It has a mild, buttery flavor and works in both savory and sweet recipes. Third, walnut oil. This one's for your brain. Walnut oil is one of the best plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that supports memory, mood, and cognitive performance. But be careful, walnut oil is sensitive to heat and should only be used in cold dishes. Use it in salad dressings, drizzle it over grain bowls, or mix it into cooked lentils and vegetables after they've cooled. If you care about protecting your brain health, this oil is a must-have. Fourth, ghee. Ghee is a clarified form of butter used for centuries in traditional medicine and cooking. It's free of lactose and casein, making it gentler on sensitive stomachs. Ghee has a high smoke point, so it's excellent for sautéing, roasting, or even scrambling eggs. What makes it unique is its content of butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that supports gut health, reduces inflammation in the colon, and may improve digestion. For seniors dealing with bloating irregularity or sluggish digestion, ghee can make a real difference. And fifth, macadamia oil. This one's a hidden gem. With more than 80% monounsaturated fat and an ultra-low level of omega-6s, macadamia oil is incredibly stable and anti-inflammatory. It contains oleic acid, which supports heart health and metabolic balance, and a rare compound called palmitoleic acid, which may help with skin repair and hormonal health. It has a mild, nutty flavor and works beautifully in baking, sautéing, and salad dressings. Together, these 5 oils create a toolkit for better aging. They're not magic pills, but they support systems your body relies on every day. Your heart, your brain, your joints, and your digestion. And by choosing them over heavily processed alternatives, you shift your diet from something that harms you to something that helps you heal. Here's the lesson. Cooking oils aren't just about taste or texture. They are chemical signals. They influence inflammation, hormone production, nutrient absorption, and cell repair. Every drop matters, especially now. In the next section, we'll move from theory to real life. What actually happens when seniors switch from harmful oils to healing ones? What do they notice first and what changes over time? Let's explore some real transformations and what they can teach us about aging better, one bottle at a time. 6. Real-life transformations. What happens when seniors switch oils? Understanding the science is important, but sometimes it's the real stories that truly bring a message home. So what actually happens when older adults stop using harmful oils and begin nourishing their bodies with better choices? Let's start with John. He's 66, a retired mechanic from Ohio. For years, John dealt with stiffness in his knees and ankles. He thought it was just part of getting older. But his daughter, a nurse, encouraged him to replace his corn and canola oils with avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil. At first, he was skeptical. He made no other changes, no special diet, no supplements, just the oils. Within 3 weeks, John noticed he was waking up with less stiffness. He could walk longer distances without needing to stop. After 2 months, his doctor reduced his anti-inflammatory medication dosage. Then there's Linda, age 70, a retired teacher. She had always used margarine and light cooking sprays, believing they were healthier options. But she often felt bloated after meals and had frequent indigestion. After watching a video about cooking fats, she made one simple change, switching to ghee and olive oil for cooking. In just a few weeks, her digestion became more regular, her energy improved, and something she didn't expect, her skin looked brighter and more hydrated. She now calls it the oil glow. What's powerful about these stories isn't that they're rare, it's that they're common. Over and over, seniors report small but meaningful improvements when they eliminate toxic oils and replace them with healing ones. Less bloating, more clarity, easier movement, deeper sleep, even better mood and focus. And here's why these changes feel so dramatic. The body wants to heal. Even at 60, 70, or 80, the human body is constantly repairing, rebuilding, and renewing itself. But it can only do that when we stop feeding it the substances that hold it back. When inflammation drops, everything else improves from your circulation to your cognition. Let's be clear. Switching oils isn't a miracle cure, but it's a foundational shift, one that removes a major source of hidden stress from your body, something you do every single day, cook, eat, absorb. And the results aren't just in the lab. They're in how you move, how you think, how you feel. So here's the lesson. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle to experience change. Start with what goes in your pan. The rest will follow. Next, we'll equip you with the tools to make those smart choices every time you shop. Because not all oil labels are honest, and learning how to decode them could be the difference between inflammation and healing. Let's move into the world of marketing traps, label lies, and how to shop smarter for your health. 7. Label lies marketing, traps, and shopping smarter. Even when you're ready to make healthier choices, the grocery store can be a confusing place. Bright packaging, buzzwords like heart-healthy, cholesterol-free, and light-tasting. Rows of oils lined up on the shelf, all claiming to be good for you. But here's the hard truth, many of those labels are misleading, and some are designed specifically to confuse you. Let's start with one of the most common traps, the phrase vegetable oil blend. What sounds like a healthy mix is usually a low-cost combination of soybean corn or cottonseed oil, none of which are good for your heart or your joints. By calling it a blend, companies avoid having to list each oil up front, and if it's labeled as refined, pure, or light, that usually means it's been heavily processed, stripped of nutrients, and deodorized to hide rancid smells. Another label to watch out for is light olive oil. You might think this means fewer calories or a lighter texture. But in reality, light refers to the flavor, not the nutrition. Most light olive oils are refined, meaning they've lost the very antioxidants and healthy fats that make extra virgin olive oil so valuable. In many cases, it's not even 100% olive oil, just a mixture of cheaper oils with a touch of olive. You might also see cholesterol-free stamped across bottles of canola or corn oil. But that's just a distraction. All plant-based oils are naturally cholesterol-free. What matters isn't whether an oil contains cholesterol, it's whether it causes inflammation in the body that leads your liver to produce more of it. So, what should you do? Here's a better way to shop. Start by flipping the bottle around. Look at the ingredient list. If it includes soybean corn, cottonseed, or vegetable oil, put it back. Instead, look for oils that are cold-pressed, unrefined, and labeled extra virgin when applicable. Choose dark glass bottles. They protect the oil from light damage and usually signal higher quality. Check the harvest or expiration date. Fresher is always better. And don't forget to look beyond the oil aisle. Read the labels on salad dressing sauces, hummus, mayonnaise, and packaged snacks. Many of them are made with inflammatory oils by default, unless they proudly say otherwise. Now you might be wondering, can I afford to eat this way? The answer is yes. Buying higher quality oils doesn't mean spending more overall. Because when you use oils that are more flavorful and nourishing, you tend to use less of them. Plus, the long-term health benefits far outweigh the short-term cost. Here's the lesson. Your food label is not your friend. It's a marketing tool. But once you learn how to read past the front and into the fine print, you take back control. Not just of what you eat, but of how you age, how you heal, and how you feel. Now that you know how to choose the right oils and avoid the hidden dangers, it's time to zoom out. Let's reflect on what this all means. In the final section, we'll bring everything together. How small, consistent choices in your kitchen can lead to big changes in your health and your future. 8. Small switch, big impact. Aging with strength, not stress. Every day your body gives you a chance to make a choice between habits that wear you down and habits that build you up. The oils you use may seem like a small detail, but over time they can shape how you move, how you think, how you heal, and how you age. We've seen how certain oils like vegetable corn, soybean canola, and cottonseed can quietly erode your health. They trigger inflammation, disrupt digestion, stress your liver, and increase your risk for chronic disease. They don't do this overnight. They do it slowly, silently, meal by meal, and many people never make the connection. But we've also seen something else. The power of better oils. Olive oil, avocado oil, walnut oil, ghee, and macadamia oil. These aren't just cooking tools. They're daily allies for your heart, your brain, your joints, and your immune system. Here's the truth: aging well doesn't require extreme diets or expensive routines. It starts with small, sustainable shifts, and replacing the oils in your kitchen is one of the simplest, most impactful places to begin. You don't have to change everything, just one bottle, then one more choice that aligns with the way you want to feel, not just today, but 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Think about it this way. Every time you cook, you're not just feeding yourself. You're shaping your future. You're telling your body, I want to protect you. And your body listens. So here's your takeaway. Don't wait for a diagnosis to take your health seriously. Start now. Start small. Swap that old plastic bottle on the shelf for something that respects your body. Choose oils that heal, not harm. Let each drop be a quiet vote for longevity, for energy, for clarity, and for strength. And if you found value in this guide, if something you heard today made you think twice about the oil in your pan, then take one more small step. Like this video. Share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more simple, science-backed ways to protect your health. Because the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still cooking. And it starts with what's in your kitchen.